Hi, my name is Barney and welcome to another video. With the GPU prices returning back to normal, I have decided it is time to get an upgrade. The choice of my upgrade was the GTX 1070, and within that I got the GTX 1070 Mini ITX from Gigabyte. The main specs include 8GB of GDDR5 and 1920 CUDA cores, a 1532 MHz base clock and a boost clock of 1721 MHz. So today I will compare this GPU with my older 6GB 1060. But please keep in mind that the comparison won't be apples to apples, since the 1060 has a higher boost clock with about 100 MHz. All the testing was done on my Ryzen 7 1700 with 16 gigs of DDR4 3200 and a resolution of 1080p. 8 of my favorite games were tested, so let's jump into some benchmarks and see the differences. At first, I have PUBG on ultra settings, where the system achieved 93 FPS on average, which is a massive 42% boost compared to the 1060. The next game is Overwatch on Epic settings, which I believe is the second best preset from the game. We achieved 146 FPS on average, which is a 40% boost compared to the 1060. Next, the still massively popular Fortnite on Epic settings. The card achieved 117 FPS on average, which is a nice 28% boost from the 1060. We can see a very similar story in Rise of the Tomb Raider on high settings, which is the second best preset in the game. Also an average around 116 FPS, which is also a 28% boost. Next, in GTA 5, on the very high settings without any MSAA, we can see that the average FPS is around 100. But we can also see the shortcomings of the Ryzen CPUs and the game engine. GTA 5 doesn't really use more than 4 cores, and since they have lower clock speeds, the Ryzen CPUs will kind of bottleneck the GPU in this title. And I say kind of because 100 FPS on average is 100 FPS on average. The next game on our list is Rocket League on the maximum settings, where we achieve 244 FPS on average, but I also have to mention that the game engine is capped at 250. But we still see a nice 30% uplift from the GTX 1060. The next game is Ghost Recon Wildlands, where we can see 70.5 FPS on average on the very high settings, which is a 36% uplift from the GTX 1060. And last but not least, we have Wolfenstein 2, the New Colossus, on the Mein-Leben quality settings, which is the highest preset in the game. We average 168 FPS. Once again, we can see the limitations of the Ryzen CPUs, as it is only a 22% uplift from the 1060, and the GPU wasn't utilized 100% most of the time. With all the benchmarks behind us, we can see that the GTX 1070 is at least 31% faster than the GTX 1060, depending on the game and depending on the CPU that you are using. Overall, I think that the GTX 1070 is a very nice upgrade from the 1060, if you can get it for a very nice price. As this is it for today, I can leave you with a question. Which card do you own? Do you have a 1060? Do you have a 1070? Or which one would you buy? Which one would you prefer? The 1060 or the 1070? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Or would you go with one of the AMD cards? As for me, thank you so much for watching. If you like to watch another video, you can do it here. If you would like to subscribe to this channel, you can do it here. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Barney, and see you all in the next one.